Hello everybody and welcome to AFR's Tier 2 race at Mexico. My name is Bandcamp and joining me shortly will be Gus Rules. So we've got 19 drivers here tonight in Tier 2, a few reserves filling in. We've got Vasa, Mr. Spicer, Hyro, Lick and a few others. So I think you may have seen their faces around before. If you did watch Tier 1, I hope you enjoyed it. And it looks like we have another wet qualifying, which will make things very, very interesting indeed. I wonder if we'll get a wet race as well. What do you guys think in chat as we get the first couple of cars coming out?
Report from the drivers is that it will be a dry race.
Dry race, okay. So we've got a copy of Tier 1 in terms of weather. Lights is the first car out on track in the racing point, followed by Lick in the Red Bull. Hopefully Lick can stay away from Nut this race. Evening, Quantum Effect. So it does look a little bit wetter than the T1 qualifying. There seems to be a fair bit more standing water. As you can see, lights going straight off there.
We got a Red Bull around in the S's already.
And that would be the Red Bull of Lick. I did notice that Hyro got past him.
And with the race forecast to be dry, most people are going to be running their normal setups, so it's going to be very tricky out there, not much downforce.
Yeah, very, very slidey. So Lights comes around the final corner now and starts his run down this very, very long straight. He might even pick up a tow here from someone leaving the pits. And that's the Renault Pondon getting out of the way there. Whoa, look at that oversteer, but brilliantly controlled. So this lap is going to be the benchmark so far, as long as he doesn't invalidate on this current lap. You can see really struggling to hit the apexes there through the S's.
Oh, he's lost it. It hasn't invalidated, but his time is definitely going to get beaten. Oh, it's very twitchy. I had to correct it there.
Oh, he's hit the wall, he's around. Oh, and his teammate just gets past and Lights gets out of the way. Well done there. And he's going to have to come in for a new wing. And Hyro was in the pits as well. Well, we'll drop down to Pondon, I guess, who just started his lap. Lick sets the first time, a 129.994. Baitmate just pipping that, 129.6. Oh, Pondon really struggling to get the power down at the moment. And a big lock up.
Two Williams drivers have just completed laps. Trin 129.7, Simdog a 129.8, and Star setting a 127.3, 7/10 clear of everyone else.
I don't know why my screen is still saying bait mate fastest lap. Now, let me just pause it on pause. There we go. Taking it easy through that last little section there. You need to get a time on the board before you can really start to push, and it's good enough for 129.5.
Yeah, exactly the same time that Jacob set not that long ago. So
yeah.
Jacob does keep position in P3. Oh, sorry, it's 128.560.
Yeah, you got a second off there, buddy.
I mean, apart from that, it was exactly the
same. Yeah. Who do we have now?
Tren and Simdog have both improved going into the 127s as well. And Tannis improving as well, setting a 127.5, still a couple of tenths behind Stars in P1, who just improved, does a 126.820, now 7 tenths clear again. So we'll start to see most of these drivers' times improving as they get a bit used to the conditions and the fuel starts to burn off. Most will go out with about 4 or 5 laps, hot laps worth of fuel.
Yeah, that gives them the ability to kind of get their eye in the wet conditions and just bang out lap after lap.
And it also helps clean up the track a little bit. You'll see now that there's a bit of a dry line forming, and cleared some of that standing water should help drivers set in a bit better times.
Yeah. So Psycho currently on a lap, and he's got cars right behind him.
And Condon also improves the 128.3.
So what's the time going to be? He goes very deep into the final. Apex struggling to get on the power. It's a 31.0. Good enough for 16th. We'll drop down to Hyro now. So the 2 racing points still yet to set a time.
Bit of traffic in Sector 3, I think, spoiled the 2 Williams drivers' laps. They had plenty of fuel to keep going, but yeah, it was Keeper and Mercedes, I believe, as Psycho just blocking their run at the end. I don't think it was an intentional impeding, but enough to make them abort that run.
So Hyro now, careful over the curbs. Into the final corner. Gently getting the power down. Crosses the line, 28.1, good enough for 5th place at the moment.
And Pondon just behind, about to complete another lap. But doesn't improve.
Light sets his first time, it's a 28.4, so just behind his teammate. So we have Jacob Meister now in the final sector, getting ready to start his next run. You can see very twitchy, trying to just get on the power there at all. The apex of turn 1 quite nice.
Took a couple of goes at it though. It looked like he was about to turn in too early, but he's reasonably stable out of there.
It's
4 tenths up.
Wow.
So at the moment, that'll jump him up to P6. Lots of short shifting there, running definitely in a few gears higher than you would in the dry, just to stop the wheels from spinning the car.
Yeah, heard some wheel spin there.
Rides the curbs nicely. It's a bit tricky because in a normal dry line, you really want to take it over the curbs as much as you can to shorten the track distance, but you take too much curb in the wet and you'll just spin right around.
Yeah, it just unsettles the car far too much. So 1.4 seconds up now. He's finding the time.
That's going to put him up to P2 at the moment.
Come on, Jacob. Come on, son.
Keeps this clean.
Get in there.
Does it very nicely. Second last corner. Very tidy.
Short shifting to get the power down, a bit
oversteer.
And he does take pole.
Quickest. Wow.
Good on you,
half a
son.
second. He found another half a second in that final sector.
So sitting on pole on a 126.4, 1.5 tenths clear of Stars at the moment. Who
he's just
we'll
on
mention,
an outlap.
He's currently on an outlap.
That was a great lap. He really got it together. Apart from that little mistake in the first sector, I think that was a pretty damn good lap.
Yeah. We've got Artanis now on a lap. Coming into sector 3, and he is 8 tenths up. So maybe the track conditions are improving.
Stars has had to back off in the final sector. He's caught some traffic. Both the Red Bulls. No, one of them staying out.
So Artanis comes across the line, and he now takes pole at 126.2. Again, 2 tenths clear of Jacob Meister. So what can Stars do about this in reply coming into turn 1? 6 minutes remaining in the session.
He's not left enough space with the Red Bull in front. I don't know if that's nut or lick, but
I think that's nut.
Oh, there's a lot of traffic in front of him. 3 tenths up. Puts him into P2 at the moment. The racing point runs wide.
Yeah. Oh, listen to that wheel spin. Just flat to the floor.
The Red Bull in front's invalidated. Now he's got to get out of the way. It's going to be hurting his time.
Takes
he took a lot of curb.
Yeah.
A lot of curb. Red Bull taking the inside, but he's still not getting out of the way. Surely he invalidated that last lap. This is definitely holding up Stars. So that's not... No, he hasn't invalidated, so he's still well within his rights to keep pushing. Oh, no, nearly loses it at the final corner. Goes up to 7th place at that time, so 127.3.
And Artanis straight away comes across the line and beats that time.
Yeah, so Stars has gone up to P2 with 125.6, but getting caught behind that Red Bull's cost him a few tenths.
But Nut did improve, I believe. He's up
to 7th.
He did.
Yeah. Up to did a 127.3, so a couple of seconds off the pace of the leaders, but yeah, if you're on a hot lap, you're well within your right to keep going. It's up to the car behind who has to leave a space.
All the time. You have to leave the space. The space. Just quietly, Skins has popped himself into P4 at the moment.
Yeah, Jacob's still hanging around in P3 as well, so doing very well. The Williams drivers are a bit down there, but I think Sim and Trin are just on their first hot laps on this new set of inters.
Yes, I'm on board with Sim Dogger at the moment. And a wet qualifying really can mix things up in terms of the starting order, because you know, some people excel in the wet and some people don't. And what can Sim Dogger do? Up into 6th place, 126.7.
Definitely looks like the rain's eased off a fair bit, so whoever's got the tyres right for the end
has timed it well. The Trent has jumped up into third place at 126.4.
Yeah, just 200ths of a second faster than Jacob, though, who's just coming out of the pits now on a fresh set of inters. I think he's really timed his final run to perfection. Problem with these inter tyres is once you push them a bit too hard, they start to melt, and you lose a lot of that grip and performance.
So I believe Pondon's on a lap. Ooh, Psycho's had some issues.
Hyro's just at a 125.8 and gone into third place.
He has indeed. So after the shaky start to qualifying for the Racing Point, it seems to be coming together for them.
So we got Stars on an out lap now. He's going to do one more lap, I think, before qualifying ends.
Yeah, he'll only have time to do one
still
more.
In the pits. Artanis is coming out of the pits now. There's only 2 minutes to go. He's going to have to push pretty hard as Lick gets a 5th-place grid penalty for hitting his teammate Nut. Lick and Nut just can't stay apart.
So what's Pondon going to do here? He improves, good enough for 5th at the moment. A 126.3.
Jacob's half a second up already at the end of Sector 1. Got some traffic though in Sector 2. Alfa Romeo and I think is that Williams? Yes.
Jacob might have enough time for 2 runs here.
Possibly. He's got a minute to go and he's about halfway through the lap. He's coming up to the end of Sector 2 now. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. I don't think he's got any wing damage, so he got away with that one, but oh, he was on for a good lap there. He would have been, had he kept that gap of half a second, he would have been up into P5. But I bet there's a lot more time in there.
Yeah, I didn't see any damage.
No, his end plates are intact, but his tyres are a little bit toasty. He's really struggling to pull it around the final corner. It's going to hurt him all the way down the straight. But with half a second in the first sector alone, he's going to make up some time here.
Well, I've just jumped up to Stars, and he doesn't really have anyone in front of him at the moment. So he'll be able to get that clean run in now. And just hearing that wheel spin coming out of the corner.
Oh, there's a Mercedes all over the road at the end of the exit of turn 3. His Combat has lost it there.
And we've got an Alpha Tauri around the wrong way. So he comes into the final stadium section now.
Oh, this is a messy lap from Jacob. I think his tyres are cooked. He's really struggling to hit the apexes, and in the S's, he can't make it.
Ooh, Stars does it, but only just a 125.187. Only 2/10 ahead of Artanis. Artanis is still on the lap, and he's come up to the back of Jacob as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a train for me. Jacob's half a second up, but it's really obvious that he's struggling to get grip in these corners. Oh, as he nearly spins into the pit lane.
Well, so does Artanis. Artanis can't quite improve.
Got Pondon still on a lap as well.
You can see Vasa really struggling. They're all struggling in that final corner. Pondon not able to improve. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's everyone. Batemate's just got to retire in the pits, and that is everyone.
So Stars able to sneak in that time right at the end to take pole position. But Artanis and a few others really surprised by, popping their names up there. So Stars taking pole with a 125.1, followed by Artanis and Trin. Then we have Simdogger, Pondon, Hyro, Jacob Meister, Skins, Baitmate, and Lights rounding out the top 10. Just missing out there was Saxa, followed by Luke, who also has a 5-place penalty. Then we have Mr. Spicer, Nut, Mika, Vasa, Keeper, Combat Rat, and Psycho.
Yeah, I believe what happened with Lick was he has hit the back of his teammate on the entry to the pit lane. And that's why he's got that 5-place penalty.
Well, it's looking a bit overcast. That to me, looks like we might see some rain.
Possibly. You never know. With Code Masters, sometimes it's going to be a clear race all the way through and it rains with 10 laps to go, but we will see.
So, as it was a wet qualifying, every driver has a free choice of tyre, and they haven't used any. So, they can start on any compound they wish.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what people choose. So you can do a one-stop with mediums to hards, but you're going to be a bit slow. Probably see a lot of people run soft mediums, or maybe soft medium, depending on safety cars and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'll just have a look now. We've got everyone on their outlap. So we have only one person starting on the hard tyres, and that's Psycho at the back. We've got Stars and Artanis on the mediums, Trin on the softs, Simdogger on the mediums, so Williams splitting their strategy there. The runner of Pondon mediums, as well as Hero, Jacob, and Skins. In P9, Baitmate is on the soft tyre, as is Light, Saxa, and I've got him down as Go-Kart, but I'm not sure what name he is on stream. Then in P13, we've got Nut, followed by Mika, both on the medium tyres, with Vasa and P15 on the softs, Keeper on the mediums as well, with Lick on the softs, Combat on the mediums at the back, and Psycho on the hards. So, good variety there. So, interesting to see how this plays out. Trin might be able to get a good run into turn 1 against Stars and Artanis with those softer tyres. And he could, depending on how it plays out, give a nice slipstream for Simdogger to get past him as well. So, that'll be the ideal start for them. But really, there's no one else up the front who's going to have a fantastic start with the softer tyres. That midfield battle is going to be very spicy. It's a lot of soft runners surrounded by a few medium runners.
Yes, very much so. And that driver you were not sure of is Mr. Spicer.
Mr. Spicer.
Alright, so everybody is now lining up on the grid. Alright, 5 red lights, and away we go. So Stars gets a great start. Artanis not so much. But Trin, as you mentioned on those soft tyres, does get a good start in that Williams. It's all looking pretty clean through the first corner so far.
Oh, at the back, they're going 3 wide. We've got one of the Alpha Towers who's gone onto the grass and had to cut turn 2. But if you're going 2, 3 wide into turn 3, sorry. But they'll do it pretty clean. I didn't see any carbon fibre flying.
I did see something on the exit of that chicane. It could have been a leaf. I'm not too sure. We see the AWS insights.
Oh, as Mr. Spicer's just hit the back of Mika as well. Jacob goes past him. Why is Jacob so far down? He qualified fairly well.
Yeah, I think he's the guy that's missing some end plate.
Let's have a look at the external shot. Looks intact. Might just have a little bit of light green damage.
Well, sometimes when you're out of position, you can just lose positions hand over fist.
He was starting on the medium tyres though, so maybe he just didn't fire them up on the outlap enough and bogged down.
So we've got a couple of guys coming into the pits, Simdogger and Baitmate so far.
Ooh, Simdogger again. This isn't the first time he's had a bad start. Yeah, getting his wing replaced. He's lost his right end plate. He's going on to a set of soft tyres, so the advantage of starting on the mediums is gone. But Baitmate as well in the pits. Also going on the soft tyre.
Well, the thing is freaking out. So
yeah, it's just
Lick is winning.
another.
Now he's last. Apparently Simdogger is now winning.
I certainly think he'd wish that was the case, but alas, I'm pretty sure they're the only two cars out of position at the moment as we get our first time penalty of the race with Lick for multiple corner cuts.
Oh, he's lost it! He's gone around!
There goes his wing. His wing is gone. Oh, thankfully he's ghosted. There's quite a few cars going straight through him there. It's a bad spot to lose it.
Yeah, wow. He's going to have to box. Lucky not to lose a wheel there. And I'll just mention, Stars has not been able to pull away from Trin.
Yeah, that'll be the soft tyres doing a good job. Keeping him in the tow.
They have been able to clear Artanis and the rest of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Trin's going to do a bit of conservation here. Watch his tyres, save some fuel in ERS.
Well, DRS is now enabled. So Trin will want to make this move as soon as possible and try and clear that 1 second gap that he needs to get out of DRS range.
Just like to note as well that we've got lights in P4. That's an amazing start from him.
Yeah, he started in P10 as well.
Yeah, amazing start. He was almost in DRS range of Artanis. He's just dropped out. That dirty air is really hard in the S section. It's running a bit wide, so he's probably going to pick up a couple of warnings there, but great work from him. Pondon's close behind, just about to get DRS. Yeah, that's an amazing start. Those soft tyres really working for him. Got a bit changing at the back. Saxon Hero battling in the final sector in the stadium section. Saxa comes out on top with those soft tyres.
Skins with the aggressive weaving.
Yeah, which is permitted as long as you don't do it in a dangerous manner.
And Trin makes that move. He's also going to have DRS down this little second straight to help him pull away.
Hero gets past Saxa. Do you mean Stars, not Skins?
Yes. Why?
It's the second time in 2 races you've done that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Ali, for pointing that out.
I cannot be held responsible for these things.
Mr. Spicer picking up a 3-second penalty. Currently battling the Ferrari of Keeper and the Alfa Romeo of Mika. Skins, not Stars, gets a 3-second penalty.
He does indeed. Meanwhile, Trin has almost made that gap that he needs. It's 9/10.
Yeah, this is really good showing. He's just got outside, but I think the detection point is a bit earlier.
I think he's still going to have it. Is Stars?
Yes, he's got it. He's got it.
Yep, the rear wing opens there.
He's not using his overtake though, so I think he knows that Trin's going to lose tyres in a few laps. There's no point using up all his resources to stay with him, especially given how much quicker they are than Artanis, who's now 2.4 seconds behind.
Saxa making the move on the racing point there.
Pondon's caught right up to the back of the racing point of Lights now. The second DRS zone. Lights goes defensive. Pondon takes the outside line. Dangerous move.
Bit of a lock-up as well on the left front.
Yeah, Lights is hanging around. He's fighting for it. And he's in front. Pondon sticks it down the inside. Great side-by-side racing, these guys, giving each other heaps of respect and room. Still side-by-side as they come into the S section. And Lights yields. He yields.
It's better to yield and live to fight another lap.
It's going to hurt him though. He's in that dirty air and he got a ton of understeer there through the S's.
Yeah, but he's still right there. He got DRS.
He is. Skins has caught up a little bit. He's now within DRS range, but does have that penalty. This will be good for him, being on the medium tyre. If he can stick with these soft runners, Lights, as Jacob picks up a 3-second penalty, then he should help his long run. So Trin is well clear of Stars now at the front, 1.4 seconds, so no DRS for the Mercedes.
Lights looking at Pondon here, goes down the inside.
Oh, Pondon released the brakes and holds the position. Lights will get a second go of this if he gets a decent exit. Doesn't have a lot of battery left. I think he used it all in that first straight and just lost it in the braking zone. So great defense by Pondon as Lights has gone very, very deep.
Yeah, he's risking losing that spot to Skins right behind him.
Yeah, Sachs is caught up as well, also on the soft tyre. So got a little train forming in the midfield as well. We've got Nut, then Vassar, Jacob and Combat all through the S's. So poor Combat's going to get a massive face full of dirty air.
Right, so this lead train comes into the stadium section and out the other side. Will anyone be able to make the move?
Jacob's having a good look at Vassar, the Haas on the straight. Both got DRS though. Nut is just under a second in front of them. Jacob did a squirt of his overtake and he gets the job done. A little lock-up from Nut. He's obviously looking in his mirrors, sees all the cars behind him. He's definitely corking the bottle at the moment. There's another train just behind them as well. It's not too far off.
Skins and Lights side by side.
Oh, Lights just outside.
Yeah.
Lights picks up a 3-second. Sachs is right in this now as well.
That's allowed Pondon to get a little bit of breathing space. Sachs are really applying the pressure to Lights at the moment.
So, meanwhile, Jacob's got past Nut. And he's already outside DRS range, so Nut's going to be pretty vulnerable to Vassar and the Haas behind. He's on soft tyres, but he has a pretty bad stadium section. Dropped off a little bit.
Lick.
That's Lick.
Out.
Lick has gone off. And it's a full safety car.
It's a safety car.
Alright, it'll be very interesting what happens here. I think this really helps Trin's strategy. So he's on a 7-lap old soft, so it'll be a few laps early, but you can either chuck on another set of softs or go into mediums. If he's got 2 sets of mediums, he can go medium from here and quite easily get to the end. But it's going to be awkward for those medium runners. It's too early to really be an optimal strategy. They may chuck on another set of mediums if they've got them. Maybe go hards to the end, but they're not. It's not a great tyre here. It really struggles in the slow speed traction zones.
Yeah,
very interesting to see what happens here.
Psycho only up into 15th at the moment.
Yeah, and I think that was purely by attrition and other people pitting for wing damage, judging by the guys behind him.
Trin's coming into the pits. Stars, I think he's trying to think about it, and he's made the decision. He is pitting. And so is Artanis. So is Pondon.
What have we got?
So is Skins. So is Lies. So is Saxa. Everybody.
Stars is on medium. Stars is on medium. So is Trin. Artanis putting on medium tyres as well.
Oh, there's going to be so much double stacking. I believe there was one car that went through. Good on you, son. Keeper.
Lights is on the soft tyres. So Psycho stayed out on his hard tyres. That makes sense. And he's come out just behind Artanis there. So we got...
So Nut is currently leading this race.
Yeah, so he and Keeper decided to stay out on their 8-lap-old mediums. So Stars and Artanis both deciding to replace their slightly old mediums with fresh ones. They're going to have to make those go a long way because the softs, I think, are only good for about 12 laps, thereabouts.
Thereabouts, yeah.
So they've got to make these mediums go for about 15 laps, which is not too bad, but certainly
that's definitely doable.
Not the greatest strategy, though.
But Skins, Psycho, and Baitmate and Hyro, all electing to go on the hards. So
yes, they'll definitely get to the end.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have one more lap of safety cars. We wait for Baitmate to catch the back of the field. He's just in the S section now. We've got Mr. Spicer has pit, so has Hero, and Keeper has pit as well. So Nut and Psycho, the only two cars who did not pit under the safety car.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so we've got 26 laps to go, so everyone except for the hard runners are going to have to pit again. Actually, Psycho will have to pit again as well because he started on those hards. So really, the only people who don't have to pit again are Skins down in P8 and Baitmate down in P15, unless the mediums couldn't possibly go to the end from here, surely. 26 laps is a big ask.
Yeah, no, the mediums wouldn't make it from here. So safety car is coming in this lap. So Nut will take control of the pack and control the pace and decide when he wants to go.
Oh, there's almost a collision at the back as a bit of a concertina going into the stadium section.
So we're on board with Trin. And Nut has gone now.
We've got a Renault's gone round to the pit entry. That's Saxa.
Oh dear.
I think cold tyres there. He's spun at the last corner.
Oh, Trin very late on the brakes. So is Nut. They lock up, but they don't touch. They get very close to it. Tannis is right there trying to get in on this action. He's got to run on Trin at the moment. And Stars trying to force his way in. Almost gets sandwiched. A 3 wide into that corner is not going to work. Oh, this is very, very messy.
Oh, meanwhile, we've got a bit of a battle between Skins, Jacob and Psycho. Bit of contact made. Trin has picked up a 3-second penalty, so one of the first of our race leaders to pick one up. Oh, we've got Sint Dog has gone round. He's tried to make a move on, I think that was Vasa, and they came together just before the stadium section.
Oh dear.
No damage, I don't think. Oh, wait, no. The Williams has lost his left end plate.
He definitely will not be happy about that. So Nut still leading at the moment. At the end of this lap, DRS will be enabled.
Okay, so we've got the Renault of Saxa and Simdoggers Williams coming into the pits, and Skins getting a front wing replaced as well. So, fortunate restart for those three, and they're all going on the soft tyres, so they'll have to stop again.
Dennis making the move on Nut, and he goes around the outside, and he makes it stick, he makes it work.
Got Hero trying to pass Keeper as well, but Keeper very well defended. Stays in front.
Condon getting pressured now by Lights.
Yeah, so he's decided to go with the soft tyre and chuck the mediums on to finish. Still doing very, very well to be as high as he is at the moment.
I think Nut is on borrowed time.
Yeah, it's on very old medium, so as DRS is enabled, I think he'll be in the pits in the next couple of laps. So the former race leaders are making short work of him. Atanas is bolted. He's the 2.5 clear now of Trin, who's just got past him. Stars having a look as well. Bit of a touch. Simdog has picked up a 3-second penalty as well. This race is not going well at all for him.
So tight there at the moment.
Pondon's having a look at Nut as well. Goes for a big lunge on the outside. Nut gives him room. And Pondon gets the job done. Got a little battle. We've got the Lights doing a big dive on Nut. And he's lost out. Jacob's got past him now. Psycho up to P8 with those hard tyres. So we've got Vassar behind him on those fresh soft tyres. Should be able to get past him in the next run down the pit straight.
Oh, Jacob Meister almost running into the back of the Red Bull there. So they're dragging down this straight. Nut does not have DRS, unfortunately, but he's doing well to hang in there.
Well, Lights thinks about having a lunge on Nut, but it's silly to make the move there.
Skins sets a new fastest lap of 1:16.7. Yeah, Nut's really starting to struggle on those tyres now. He's locking up a fair bit. And yeah, it's approaching his pit window as well.
Yeah, look at the train behind him now. Simdog is really struggling to get past Saxa at the moment at the back. He's on the medium tyre, so doesn't quite have the performance to get past him, but really getting even more frustrated now, I think. Lights is getting pretty desperate to get past Nut.
I think we've had someone go around.
Yeah, Artanis has gone round. Wow, he was very well clear of Trin, so I suspect he's probably done that on his own. I didn't catch it, but no damage to Trin. Yeah, I suspect he's done that all by himself. Nope, Mick has just got past Combat. Oh, he's got Bait Mate trying to get past him as well. Bit of contact. And he gets it done. On the harder tyres as well. It's very impressive. Oh, and Hero gets past Combat as well, and so does Keepers. Oh. Combat got an issue? No wing damage. Constantly being out of position, and everyone else just taking massive advantage of that.
constantly on the back foot.
So Simdog has finally got past Saxer at the end of the second DRS straight. Sorry, first DRS straight. So people are looking to try and make up some ground, but I think he's going to need another safety car to make amends here. It's still 21 laps to go. Anything can happen from here. As Hero's got past Baitmate. Kind of expect. Oh, Baitmate, what are you doing? Tries to get past. Now the two Ferraris are kind of fighting each other. This is not what you want. Keeper's on the softer tyres. Oh, Baitmate's coming into the pits. He's got wing damage. Yeah, left end plate. It's unfortunate. Combat gets past Keeper again. As Artanis making up some ground, gets past Vasa. Right on the back of Psycho there with his 15 lap old hard tyres. He's going to have no pace at all, but he should have DRS on Nut still. So Artanis trying the inside line.
Stars has gotten past Trin as well.
Oh, Psycho very late on the brakes. Nearly hits the back of the Red Bull. Artanis trying around the outside of the mini stadium section.
I mean, there's battles all over the place. It's hard to keep track.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Stars has got past Trin as well for the lead. It's now half a second clear.
So 20 laps remaining.
Ooh, at the moment, Pondent's just got past Jacob, who's pit. Oh, I don't know if he's got any wing damage there. No, he doesn't.
No.
He's chucking on another set of softs though. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Got 19 laps to go. His AI hasn't taken over, has it?
I don't think so, but he's not going to make those last. He's going to have to stop again.
Maybe he forgot to change tyres or something when he came in there. That's odd. So Nut also pits for another set of softs. He's probably going to go 2 softs to the end, so that makes a bit of sense. He was on the mediums before, so that's the optimal strategy. But yeah.
Meanwhile, Trin is just holding on to the back of Stars. I wouldn't be surprised if Trin just kind of said, after you, sir, I'll just sit here and wait.
Yeah, save a bit of ERS, save a bit of fuel. Bide his time. They're going to have to pit again. And I suspect they'll both be going onto the soft tyre, so... So Pondon, the only one of the top 3 who does not have a time penalty. We're trying to get within 3 seconds of the top 2.
Oh, 100% Trin is just sitting behind Stars. I just heard him lift as he gets a little bit of oversteer.
Yeah, that's not what you want. He's having to use a little bit of ERS to maintain the gap there.
I think he feels confident he can stick with Stars.
A bit further back, we got the Ferrari of Keepers just got past the McLaren of Combat. They're in a second DRS straight now, and Combat's coming back at him. The Keeper's got DRS over it as well, so that McLaren is very slippery in a straight line. So battling side by side in the mini stadium section, but Keeper has won the position.
Just having a look.
Oh, Sax has gone off. Sax has gone off.
No. Just having a look at the penalties. A lot of people only got the 3, other than Hyro, who's on 6, as well as Skins, and Baitmate on 8, and Mr. Spicer on 18. Ooh, Combat goes down the inside, which turns to the outside. Tries the cut back. There's just no room to make a pass there.
As we've got
Combat
Trin.
struggles on the traction. This opens the door for Jacob Meister, who gets a much better run onto this main straight. He's got DRS as well. Can he make the move on Keeper?
We've got a virtual safety car there. We have a change of the lead as well. Trin managed to get past Stars then at the end of the pit straight. I think that VSC was triggered by Saxa. He lost it on the second DRS straight and broke his front wing on the wall. He's lost the whole thing.
Oh dear.
So we got the Ferrari bait mate has come into the pits, chucked on a set of mediums, 17 laps to go. He may be able to get those to the end. Be a bit worse for wear, but
so VSC has finished, and we are back racing straight away. Keeper and Combat straight into it. Resume this battle. Oh, we have another yellow flag.
yeah, Saxo trying to get back to the pits without that front wing, so he's trying to get off the track and out of the way. It was Mr. Spice, a 10-second penalty for corner cut. Where was that? I think that was
Keeper, he lost the rear end, and that's enabled Combat to get past.
Saxa has retired. He's lost it at the final corner, so obviously those tyres and the lack of front wing not helping him, although that was a bit weird. He was past the pit entry, so
yeah, maybe he couldn't get across, I don't know. There were lots and lots of cars around him.
good change for P8. Hero getting past Mika at the end of the second DRS straight. Oh, Hero nearly runs to the back of the Haas. Got so much more speed than Vasa does through the S's section.
Keeping it clean at the moment, but that is a very close-knit train right there.
Lights is pit. Lights is pit out of P4.
Vasa has lost it, and Psycho has lost it in the pit entry and
he's
broken
got no
his
wing. Yeah. It's a shame. He's running really well in P5 then, Psycho, and yeah, real shame there. Haas as well. Vass is still recovering, I think. Yeah, he's some wing damage as well, I think.
So we will resume back to this Hyro, Jacob and Mika battle.
Yeah, both Alfa Romeos running P4 and P5, so decent team effort, but I'm sure Artanis wants to be a lot further up than where he is now.
Especially considering he was leading this race.
Yeah, Jacob's all over the back of him though with those reasonably fresh softs. Should get him on the pit straight, I would think.
He's going for it now, around the outside.
Oh, don't mind if I do, sir. And that's going to help Hero go down the inside of Mika. No, has to give him room. Gets past him on the outside, and yeah, that's and I think, is Mika going to have DRS on Jacob still? Yes, he will. The Hero doesn't have DRS, so got past him just in the wrong spot. Mika going to come back at him.
I don't think, not into turn
Oh,
one.
we've got a fair battle behind them though. We've got the Red Bull and McLaren side by side. Oh, Skins tries to go to the inside, but Nut covers it off. Keeper tries to go down the inside as well, the McLaren, while he was trying to get past the Red Bull. His Lights has picked up a 3-second penalty. That's going to hurt his chances of getting a decent result a bit later, but keep an eye on him though. He was running in P4 when he pit, so very interested to see where he finishes up.
I'm just constantly looking at the times and, trying to pick where the next overtake's going to be. It's just so close at the moment.
Yeah, everything's kind of stabilising at the moment. I think the closest battle we've got at the moment is between Hero, Mika and Combat. Trin is getting close to Stars though. He's gone defensive, but Won't get it done on this straight.
I think he's wanting to be first into the pit lane, and I think he wants to pit, would be my assumption. He is now going for the move, so hopefully he can try and jump stars in the pits. It would be my guess, because they have now done 13 laps, and you could probably pit now and take the softs to the end.
Yeah, they'll be pretty worn at the end. We have seen them drop off about the lap 11, lap 12 mark, so that's when the mediums will be quicker. But yeah, anytime now, I'll probably be hoping for another VSE or safety car or something just to get that free pit stop, but we'll see what happens.
Well, they both
the leaders stay out. Yep. Trin looking like he's going to make the move this time round.
He's definitely close enough.
Stars covers the inside, gives him a squeeze now to the outside. And Trin gets it done, and he have DRS in the second straight as well. Looking further back now, we've got Combat's about to make a move on Mika. Combat picks up a penalty.
No positions, but he does pick up a penalty.
Hero there was giving the Alfa Romeo a bit of a tow there, which I think saved him then.
Skins pits.
Lights has caught up to the back of Keeper. The second DRS straight. Keeper dummies to cover the inside. Stays on the outside. Lights sends it down the in. Side by side, but he should get it done. He's on much fresher tyres.
Bumping tyres
sends it in there. Good little bit of racing. Now Lights, before he backed out this time, I don't think he's going to do the same. Oh, he does. Gives him way too much room there. He probably could have been a bit more forceful, but yeah, he's erring on the side of caution. He obviously wants to get a good result this time around. And he was running quite well last week at Coda, but unfortunately DNF'd at the top of the hill, losing it on the curb.
And he's right on the cusp of points as well.
Yeah, I expect that once the leaders all come into the pits, he should be running around about that P5, P6 position, as Hero has come into the pits. And he's the first one in the top 10 to pit.
Speeding in the pit lane, Keeper makes the call. He pits as well.
I'm just watching Simdogger's recovery drive at the moment. He's got back up to P10. He's on 12 lap old mediums though, so they're probably not going to make it to the end. He will have to come in for another stop. It is
big lock up there from Nut. But yeah, I think, but unfortunately, Simdogger, most of the people that are right behind him have already pit.
Yeah, best case scenario for him is he gets a VSC and can come in for a reasonably cheap pit stop. I don't think a full safety car is going to help him because he'll probably lose all his positions, I would have thought.
Oh, well, at least...
Well, we've got Trin and Stars coming into the pit, so Fondant's taking the lead. So Stars chucked on the softs tyres. Trin checks on the softs as well, and he has come out behind Stars. Stars has jumped him in the pits. Tanis also pitting for softs. Jacob stayed out on his 8-lap-old softs. 10 laps to go, he's probably going to have to pit, so unfortunate. After qualifying, he's really struggled in this race. But Artanis coming out behind Nut. Mika has slotted in between Trin and Nut. Combat has pit as well. Simdog now up to 9th. Kin sets the fastest lap. It's 1:16.2. Fondant's currently about 14-15 seconds clear of Stars. So he'll probably come out about 5 to 10 seconds behind him after he pits. Doesn't have any penalties though yet, Fondant, so being on those slightly fresher softs, he may be able to push them pretty hard for longer. Might just be able to close back in order to get a podium at the end of the race.
Yeah, it's definitely no easy task though, so we'll have to wait and see as he does come into the pits.
Artanis got past Nut just before the stadium zone and comes up to the back of his teammate Mika in the stadium section, who will probably either pit or let him through on the straight. And he does pit. So give his teammate DRS. Says thank you very much. And he's got his sights set on Trin. He's coming past Pondon and he jumps Pondon.
Good recovery from Artanis as well.
Yeah, quite well done. He's about 7 seconds behind Trin though, so got a lot of work to do, but no penalties for Artanis. So if he can show some of the pace he had earlier, he may just be able to close down that gap enough to deal a win at the end.
So Stars and Trin still on 3 seconds, Lights on 9, Jacob 6, Pyro 14, Skins 12, Psycho 6, Combat 3, Simdogger 3, Baitmate 8, Vasa 3, and Mr. Spicer. Ooh, he's going to be in trouble. 34 seconds. He will be pushing that disqualification limit.
I think it's 40 seconds, is it, the disqualification?
I think 45.
Okay. We've got a bit of a train forming in the midfield consisting of Skins, Psycho, Combat, Mika, Nuts closing in as well. Combat and Psycho just separated by 1/10. Looks like he's going to have a go at the end of the third DRS straight. Coming into the stadium section, they're side by side. A little bit of a lock up from the McLaren, but he managed to get the move done around the outside as Simdogger picks up a 3-second penalty, I believe. Come out in 14th after pitting for softs, so a lot of work to do if he's going to be getting back into the points. Can't really see it happening from there, especially given he's got penalties and everyone in front of him doesn't. Mika passing Psycho. Great run out of that final corner. Psycho's got DRS and a toe on the McLaren, but that's still not enough for those soft tyres of the Alfa Romeo. Be running a pretty skinny rear wing.
And Nut is there also ready to pounce. In fact, he is doing that as we speak. Oh, there's a bit of contact.
Oh,
more contact.
He's backed right out though. He knew that was a... Oh, he's nearly hit him again. Oh, and he gets past him. Oh.
He's probably like, stop hitting me, go past.
Yeah. And that's allowed Keeper and Simdogger to both close up.
Oh, it's less than a 10th. They're side by side.
Massive squeeze into the grass there. Trent gets the move done. Stars tries to switch back, but Trent's going to have DRS as well in the second zone. Looking a bit further back, and Pondon is all over the back of Artanis, so he's managed to bring the fight to him. And that gap is closed down to 6 seconds to the back of Stars.
Yeah, so these two fighting is actually allowing the guys behind to catch up.
Yeah, but Pondon and Artanis got to be careful. They don't want to be fighting too much because they won't be able to get close enough to the leaders to jump them on the podium.
So I think Trin's trying to pull away now.
Simdogger's got past Psycho on the second DRS strays. Pondon has picked up a 3-second penalty. Oh no.
Well, Artanis still in the hunt.
Yeah, that'll be the dirty air. I think he's carried a bit too much speed and got some understeer from the Alfa Romeo in front. And now it's, yeah, probably a goodbye to a podium now. Stars having a look at the Williams going into turn 1, but he actually turned off his DRS before the braking zone, so I think he knew he wasn't going to get it done. Pondon has got past Artanis. The gap is down to 5.5 seconds now.
It is. And we still have battles all throughout the field at the moment.
Yeah, Combat's about to get past his teammate into turn 1. Oh, he's Tries to switch back. Oh. No love lost between these two.
Yes, the McLaren brothers.
As Mika has a go on Skins. They're side by side. Who's the mini stadium?
Skins with the cutback.
Oh, he's done it again. Oh, he's got to leave space for Mika on the outside. Both using all their energy. Mika doesn't do what Lights did, and that's what happens. That's what happens when you're not in front.
That's right.
Oh, he nearly takes out the Mercedes of Psycho as he rejoins. That's... Oh, like... Don't worry about the Mercedes uniform being black. I think it's brown now.
Brown now, yeah. Brown bottoms. The Sim Dogger is into 11th, so he has clawed his way back up.
He has. I think all the squabbling around him's really helped him. He's caught up to Nut now, but the real question is going to be, can he get far enough in front of them to hold on to a point?
Oh, he's going
now
for the
gets
move.
that V10. Oh, double lock up from Nut.
Simdogger's got 6 seconds of penalty, so he needs to find 6 seconds.
Watch that gap.
Also, have to mention Lights again, now up into 6th place. And Vasa picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
So I think Lights will probably start to close the gap down as we get to the final stage of the race. But don't forget, he does have quite a few penalties, so don't think he's going to get any higher than he is, and he may in fact lose some time to the guys behind as his teammate picks up another penalty. So Racing Point guys doing very well, but they're just not keeping it that consistent on the track, and that might come to hurt them a bit later as Tanis has got back past Pondon at the end of the first straight.
4.3 seconds now. Stars is still staying with Trin.
They're just using each other, I think, for the DRS train. I think they're... Oh, as Tanis has picked up a 3-second penalty as well, so now all four of the leaders have it. So
we've got 4 laps remaining. So
yeah, they're closing them down by about a second, but yeah, now they've actually got to pass them on track as well, and we know that when you're at the back of a long DRS train, that is hard to do.
Well, if I was Trin, I might do what Hamilton did in 2016 Abu Dhabi.
Just back them all up in the slow corners and then let them all fight between each other.
Or what Max did to Vettel at this very track.
Back him up into the Ricciardo.
He's backing me up into Ricciardo.
Well, Stars has had not a great exit out of the final corner, but he's now in the toe, so that delta's slowly coming down. As Simdog has picked up yet another 3-second penalty. He's got up to 9th, but yeah, those penalties will come back to hurt him.
Yeah, very much so.
Gap is down to 3.5 seconds between second and third now. Got about 3.5 laps remaining. We've got Keeper and Psycho very close together. They come around the final corner. Keeper should be able to get the move done. Turns on the DRS. I don't think Psycho's going to fight this one too hard. Oh, he moves to the middle of the track. Keeper comes across on the inside, gets the move done.
So we'll just look at these penalties again. So Skins is probably not going to hold on to that 10th place, considering he's got 15 seconds of penalties.
Just a moment, jump up to Stars. He's a bit closer now on Trin. Just having a good look at him.
Hyro, Simdogger and Skins all at risk of missing out on points, I would say.
Oh, it's so hard to choose between the battle for P1 or the battle for P3. Pondon going very defensive on Artanis, but it's got the move done again. The gap is kind of sitting around 3.5 seconds now between second and third. Combat is caught up to Hero as well, so he's really looking like he's struggling on those soft tyres, the Racing Point, as Nut and Skins having a little battle a bit further back as well. Skins has actually gone off track. I think his tyres are a little bit cooked. Hero and Combat side by side in the mini stadium. Hero's going to try it around the outside. He's going to go for the move again on the inside. Oh, he's touched him again! He's touched him again!
But he holds it.
Yeah, he doesn't spin this time. But yeah, Combat. Slightly fresher tyres. Been able to hold it. Look at the gap between Stars and Trin now. 1/10 of a second. He looked like he had a real go then. He might have another go now. He hasn't used much of his energy. He's using it now. This could be it. Trin, just a sitting duck there. Didn't use any of his energy. We've still got another lap after this one, so he may just be waiting. I think we're going to have to stay with these guys for the remainder of the race. It's going to be very tight finish. Ooh, and there we go. There we go. We knew it might happen at some point. Oi, and he nearly gets in the way of Pondon. He's the AI.
Yeah,
the AI does not move off the track very quickly at all, so that didn't ghost either. Alright, final lap's about to start. We've got Trin 6/10 behind Stars in the final corner. A little bit of a wobble from the Williams. Didn't get a great exit. Stars doing a bit of a weave, trying to break the toe. Look at his closing speed from the Williams, though. I don't think it's going to be enough.
This is very, very close.
It's just 3/10, so he'll get a second go of DRS. He looks like he has a better exit than the Mercedes. Just 2/10 is the gap. He's got the DRS now, using overtake. The Mercedes does not have very much left at all.
Oh!
Williams trying for the outside.
This has crashed out onto the last corner.
His Trin goes very deep. Oh, he comes back and contact between the two. And he's had to back out. He's looked like he's cooked his tyres a little bit too much there, Trin. He went in very, very deep into turn 4. And in the last act of desperation, he tried to get down the inside of Stars in turn 5, but just touched his rear tyre and had to back out to let him hold position. But yeah, real shame about Artanis there. He was having a great battle with Pondon.
Yeah, he hit the wall really hard, so I don't know what happened.
They got Simdogger passing Hero now at the end of the second DRS straight. Gets move done. So now everyone, except for Nut and Keeper and Mika, have penalties. So watch them to see if they jump around. So we got Stars and Trin across the finish line, followed by Pondon. A great race from there. We've got Jacob in P4 now, coming through the stadium section. Good recovery drive from him. He had a bit of a horrible start. Comes across the line in P4. Combat Rat about 15 seconds behind him, so I think Jacob may hold position there. Great work from him.
Lights as well.
Yeah, he does have a lot of penalties though. We'll have to wait and see. Comes across now 7.5 seconds behind, so Simdogger crosses in 7th. Hero 8th. Nut jumps up to P6. Well done to him for keeping it clean. Skins has lost it at the final corner. He's broken his wing. And he's pointing backwards as Keeper crosses the line in P10. Goes up to 9th. Psycho now crosses in 12th. Mika jumps up to 10th. Skins still recovering there.
Oh, that is, yeah.
Batemate as well in the stadium section. They come across the finish line now. Wow, what a race. Well done to Simdogger. That was a good recovery there. I thought I didn't expect him to get points after that, so very well done to him.
Yeah. Some good recovery drives out there. Combat picking up driver of the day. But Stars taking a very hard fought win. Trin pushing him all the way to the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he used his energy very well there to defend Stars. He didn't use very much when he made the pass, and that meant that he was able to use it, just keep trim behind him. But yeah, great race between those two, and well done to Pondon as well. Managed to keep it in there and keep it clean for P3.
That's correct. So we have Stars taking the win, followed by Trin and Pondon taking the final podium position. Just missing out there was Jacob Meister, but having a great recovery in 4th place, followed by Combat, the driver of the day. Then we have Nut, Lights, Simdogger, Keeper, and Mika getting a point there, rounding out the top 10. Just missing out was Hyro, Psycho, Skins, Baitmate, Artanis, unfortunately crashing out on the last lap. Vasa takes 16th, and Saxa, Lick, both crashed out early on, and Mr. Spicer was unfortunately disqualified, I believe, for too many penalties.
Yeah, Artanis as well, getting the fastest lap of the race with a 1 minute 15.9, so he definitely had the pace to win there. Really unfortunate that he had that spin at the final corner before the second pit stop, I believe, and yeah, getting that retirement on the final lap is heartbreaking. He was pushing pretty hard to catch the leaders there, so we were a bit robbed of a four-way battle at the end, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but it definitely was a very exciting race. We didn't end up with any rain, but it certainly did provide some entertainment. Well, I think that concludes all of our racing for tonight. Make sure you join us on Friday. I'm not sure if it's the final rounds, but our F2 series. We will be racing at Bahrain in the F2s on Friday. And then, what's after Mexico? Is it Brazil?
Brazil is next, so second last round of AFR Season 5. So yes. I know it's a fan favourite, this one, so we've got quite a few drivers who love to race at Brazil, so...
Myself included.
Yeah, it'd be really good to see a lot of people putting in the effort this week to practice, and hopefully we'll have some surprise results.
Yeah, very much indeed. So make sure you tune in on Friday and Sunday next weekend, and we'll see you then.
See you.
See ya. Bye for now.
See you guys.